Welcome to KREM 2 News at 6. I'm Jane McCarthy.
And I'm Mark Hanrahan. We are live outside the Sandpoint Police Department tonight because early this morning, two officers from here were shot in the line of duty. They have been identified tonight as Officer Michael Hutter and Officer Eric Clark. They were shot just after 3 this morning. They responded to a call at Ridley Village. Seconds after they arrived on scene, police say a man, now identified as Brandon Kuhlman, started shooting at them. They tried to take cover when the suspect began shooting at them a second time. The officers returned fire. The suspect was found dead at the scene.
We have team coverage on this morning's shooting in Sandpoint. For more on the investigation, what led to the shooting, we send it now to KREM 2's Amanda Rowley. Amanda?
Good evening. In the last hour, we received the names of the two officers and the suspect involved in this morning's shooting. Now, the officers have been identified as Officer Michael Hutter and Officer Eric Clark with the Sandpoint Police Department. The suspect is 29-year-old Brandon Kuhlman, who is deceased, as we confirmed earlier today. Now, we learned just moments ago that both officers were shot twice. Now, this photo you're seeing here is of Officer Michael Hutter. He was shot in the leg and chest and taken to Bonner General Hospital. Hutter has since been released and doing okay. He is a 30-year law enforcement veteran who at one point served as chief of police for the Ponderay Police Department. And as for Eric Clark, he was shot in the neck and left hand, and he underwent 2 surgeries at Kootenai Health today and is in recovery. As for his law enforcement history, he was hired by Sandpoint PD in 2015. Now, here's what we know happened. According to a press release, just after 3 this morning, officers Hutter and Clark responded to a call at Ridley Village off Highway 2. They made contact with the person who called for law enforcement, and during that conversation, the suspect, Brandon Kuhlman, came outside the home and started firing at officers. The officers took cover, and according to the latest press release, Kuhlman started firing at the officers a second time. Now, in a press conference this morning with Sandpoint Police Chief Corey Kuhn, he says at least one of the officers returned fire and again confirmed the suspect died. Chief Kuhn did not say, however, exactly how the suspect died. He confirmed at the press conference the incident was not a domestic violence related incident. Detective Jared Renault with the Coeur d'Alene Police Department confirmed with us this afternoon the department will now lead the investigation, and Renault says bringing in an outside agency to investigate is important in maintaining transparency.
The trust that the public has in us is the most valuable thing that we have. You know, and that's something that's very, very important to us, and we don't want it to look like our investigation was tainted by bias in any way.
Now, I did a quick search for Kuhlman, the suspect, in the Idaho repository, where I found he has a criminal history dating back to 2006 dealing with drug-related charges, burglary, and theft. Now, we are just now in a new location here at the crime scene. We've moved further down the one-way in and one-way out road on Ridley Village. We are now next to the apartment complexes. Now, residents who live in this area have been allowed to return back to their homes. However, those who live in the green buildings here to the left of me here in the units 1 through 5, they are right in the middle of the crime scene, so they'll be finding another place to stay as investigators plan to be here throughout the evening. Reporting live from Sandpoint, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you. Authorities tell us as soon as those officers got on scene, they started coming under fire. And it is definitely a reminder that our law enforcement officers often put their lives on the line. Yeah, and a lot of people showing their support for the injured officers in a variety of different ways, including some well wishes on social media. So take a look at this. Different law enforcement agencies are reaching out on social media, offering thoughts and prayers in light of the shooting today. We posted this story to the KREM 2 Facebook page. A lot of you showing your support for the injured officers. We've received hundreds of comments from you offering support for the officers, but also the entire law enforcement community.